We've got a moment in history now where we have to stop climate change. It's now or never. It really is the last chance. We have but a few months to turn around from the situation that we're in.
What motivated you? How did you come to this information?
I work on climate change, and within that work I've started to read lots of information about the Arctic and other parts that are being severely affected by climate change, and come to realise that climate change is going far ahead of the forecasts, and we're noticing that we've underestimated climate change in a number of different ways. And this means that all of the efforts that we're making now to fight climate change need to be greater and faster and sooner. We need to start tackling climate change. We need to peak in global emissions by 2010, according to the recent modelling from the Met Office. That means that we need our leaders to take this on board in the decisions that they're making now, because this affects the future forever.
How did you come up with the idea of the parachute and the bouncing earth?
It really came out of a music workshop that I went to with my children, where we were singing "We've Got the Whole World in Our Hands." And it was a very moving experience. And I realised, I work on climate change, and I realised then that we really do have the whole of the world now in the balance. And it sits with us and with the leaders that are making decisions on climate change, which is another of my interests.
So presumably everybody from the community came together on that day to make the video. What was that like?
It was fun. And I mentioned it to friends, and friends mentioned it to friends, and schools got involved, and the Scouts got involved. And it was a great support. It really captured interest and imagination. And I think other people are scared about climate change too, other families and children. My children hold me up and say, "Why are you driving to work when you know about climate change? You know, why would you fly anywhere when you know about climate change?" My 9-year-old comes home and tells me what he's learnt in his science lessons. And there is a general feeling in the community of concern and a willingness to help and to encourage others to help as well.
So what are you going to do with the video now?
We're taking it to number 10 and handing it in to Gordon Brown, and also to his delegates that are going to the next UN climate change talks. We'd like delegates from around the world to see this video as well and be sending it to them.
What do you think this represents? The fact that people have got together, have actually said, look, I want to be part of this. What do you think that says, and what sort of message do you think that sends to decision makers?
I think it's showing to people that are making these huge decisions about our future that people really do care, and that it gives them the mandate to be courageous and bold and to make brave decisions to cut global greenhouse gas emissions in the way that we need them to. That we don't need compromise, we don't want compromise, we want them to really take the action that they need to take, right from the 5-year-old all the way through the parents.
And so, are you quite proud of what you've done?
I'm proud of everyone that's come together to do this. It's amazing, and it really is starting to roll and have a future of its own and go forward. I'll be proud when it's made a difference.